Hey guys, it is a game between, we have a PvZ between Welmu and Censure. It's going to be a PvZ, and we'll see what's going on. This is a pretty standard map. We have Expo that's coming down right over here, with the standard supply depot to block the entrance off, and we will see what will unfold between these two phenomenal players. So we have the Protoss at the northeast and the Zerg at the bottom left. So we have the pylon that's about to be just put out, so that could mean a early forge fast expand. The Zerg is currently on 10, so it's making the Overlord first, and we'll see probably two workers shortly after, and there you go, and probably a third. So the Overlord is just slowly scouting out towards the opponent's base. We have the probe coming out for a fairly early scout. I think it was about 10 probe scout, just to make sure there's not any Zergling rushes going on, considering he's going for a early expo or early outside build. So Censure is now going to see that and see the early probe out. The probe is trying to steal some minerals there. There we go. He does it. He does it again. He does it once. Just a little bit of a nuisance micro going on there to delay the workers' mining time by a slight bit. And we have the workers are getting chrono boosted out. So we're going in for early slightly macro build, and the Overlord will scout out the pylon that's out here inside the base. And there we go, we have a Nexus that drops down. No forge, no gateway, just early expansion, and the drone is getting delayed. So this will heavily delay the mining time for the Zerg. He has to get a hatchery down somewhere, especially considering he's late in the micro macro game right now. Finally gets a hatchery down, but he's very late. So he might want to put down a third somewhere, or he has to go get some attacking units and do some damage. But it looks like it's going to get a little tough as the Wallen is starting in. He will probably throw down a cannon here soon, and that cannon will finish. It only takes 40 seconds. It will finish before the Zerglings will arrive there or be able to do anything, since it's non-speedling Zerglings. And it's just kind of going out venturing, going for a third expo, most likely saving up some minerals. At 200, need a little bit more, and the Queen will be, I believe, heading down to the third, or no, he's Queen is heading down to the expo a bit early, but hatchery has about 25 more seconds before it finishes, and the Queen will have enough energy to larva inject, maybe throw down a creep tumor pretty soon as well. And we have some larva injects coming here. He's just making some drones. And in the Protoss side, we have a cybernetics core coming up, so standard timing. We don't have any zealots yet, so this is I think this is a complete Wallen. Can't quite tell. It looks like a fairly complete Wallen, or there might be a little bit of space here, but no Zerglings will be able to rush by that. And there's the Automaton 2000 just trolling through the neighborhood, scouting around, doing its thing. And okay, the Overlord is in a hiding spot. Protoss does not know that this is happening. So that's like just whoops. That's a just a nice area. No way for Protoss to be able to tell what's going on over there. And there's the Zergling. I mean, there's the Overlord just hidden. Okay, we got double gases going on at the expo actually, and it's currently 3 bases versus 2 bases. But if we take a look at the workers tab, actually it's the Zerg is probably going to be behind. No, actually, there is 40 drones to 40 probes. They're very similar right now. At 2 gases right now, going for the 3rd gas for the Zerg. No signs of any more gases at the moment. But if we take a look at the unit tab, this is only 1 Zealot, 1 Sentry, so it's really time to macro very, very heavily. There were just 7 more drones just popped out for Censure. So both pairs are gearing up to go into a macro game right now. We have a robotics facility coming out and a Phoenix that's just popping some overlords. If we take a look at Censure, he did not scout out the observatory, and he has no scout in the base at all. It might be a good time to just kind of run through a overlord and all the way scout across the base just to see what's going on. But that's all right. He didn't miss out on much. He knows that there's a Stargate since he saw a Phoenix, and there's more gateways coming out now. Might gear up to get a little bit of army and make a push. While the Zerg is now very well saturated on all 3 of his bases, still could get some more drones, but still lagging behind. Has 19 larvas on the production tab right now, and just making an immense amount of macro game push at the moment. How well this will work, we'll just have to find out. And it's going for +1 ground missile attacks, so maybe he'll make some roaches and for a Hydra push. Okay, so we have some spores on the main. That's to protect against the Phoenixes, and we have spore crawlers everywhere. And I believe that Queen just got picked off. And it would be definitely a good idea to connect all the bases with creep at the moment, but it's especially since he has some extra queens right now. This one has some extra energy and could do that. Then they could better handle the Phoenixes here. Right now the Phoenixes are having a heyday, killing off drones. If we take a look at the units kill tab, it is heavily favoring the Zerg player. Alright, so the Phoenixes are just scouting around for some overlords outside, and we have a massive amount of Zerglings. They will probably not be able to delay the Nexus there, especially since there's photon cannon and 3 and 4 sentries. Phoenix is not choosing to waste any energy on picking off those Zerglings, and probably not needed, and could probably pick off a queen, but there is a spore crawler, so won't be able to do anything there. Spore crawlers will gun down Phoenixes fairly quickly. So right now, if we take a look at the supply tab, it's 127 to 105. Zerg is in the lead, but they have to make an army and start trading off that army with the Protoss player. Mothership is having some fun shooting down on some Zerglings. And Phoenix is running towards. Oh, and the Mothership will be taken out. Oh no, she puts down a time warp, saves herself. If you look at the move speed, Mothership is 1.88 versus a Hydra's 2.25. So a Hydra army will chase down and kill a Mothership core. And we have our Censure player down here, still not connecting completely the bases, but I guess Censure just feeling pretty confident about this game, doesn't really want to creep connect. And we have some straight overlords. They do have overlord speed, so they will be able to run away from the Phoenixes, and there's only 4 Phoenixes now since since the Hydras took one of them down. And there is a massive amount of Hydras right now. There are currently 34 Hydras on the field. More than the Zerglings, 29 Zerglings, 34 Hydras. The Phoenixes are still just scouting around, and the Zerg is finally making pushes. 171 supply to 137. If right now Censure decides to take out one of the bases, no, there is a Colossus, so the defense will still be stellar. Right now, if Welmu could get out some If Welmu could get out some Vipers, that would be pretty good in yanking the Colossus away and taking down the army, but I don't think that's happening. Oh, these Hydras get trapped. They will all be taken down right at this moment. That was a big mistake from Censure. Welmu's capitalizing on this opportunity and taking almost all the Hydras down. Welmu's Censure is still sending out some more Hydras. Don't know why he's doing that. Oh, it was maybe a distraction and took out the bottom Nexus. That was great play from Censure, just taking out the bottom Nexus while distracting the top with the minor small fleet of Hydras that will immensely hold down Welmu, and Welmu will be forced to take more time to this game. And Censure is in the lead. He has 4 bases up against the Protoss' 3 now. The probes are long distance mining from the 3rd base. If we take a look at the resources income tab, it will be vastly superior. It's currently it's over 2,000 versus barely 1,700 for the Protoss player. So the macro game is heavily on the Zerg side, and the Zerg is maxed out, so they should be continuing to exchange trade armies and fight each other and decrease the Colossus count. But he's making a little a push. Now this could be a bad move. The Templars do not have energy yet. They do not have a Sonic Storm research, so won't be able to do too much. The Sentry is doing a great job of force fielding and splitting the army in two, forcing a retreat. Welmu is deciding to double expand now that his third was taken out, which is not a bad idea. It's a good move to get back into the game. And Censure is just letting Welmu pile up the army. If we take a look at the Productions tab, whoops, I accidentally pressed pause there. If we take a look at the Productions tab, we currently have 8 Corruptors coming out. So the Corruptors will be used to deal with the Colossi. I would still favor getting some Vipers as well, considering considering the heavy investment into Hydralisks, but either Colossus or Corruptors could work, and sending in some rogue Zealot forces to maybe take out one of the hatcheries, but it is being scattered out. This hatchery is most likely will be getting taken away, but the problem is, can Welmu take care of the Zerg forces without the Zealots right now? And I believe the answer will be yes. There seems like there was another amazing force field which takes out all of the Zerg army, and the hatchery is going to take out. So Welmu is looking well good to get back into this game. We'll be able to take out this hatchery, which will put the Zerg player behind. And now it's 4 bases against 4 bases. Both of these remade bases are fully functioning. There was a full overcharge used there, and the Nexus does have 1 kill on it. And we have some full 1 cannons being warped in, which will help defend the center. And Welmu is looking very strong. Apparently all of the Zealot forces got taken out, and Censure is in a surprising army lead. But right now it's 4 bases against 4 bases. As long as Welmu remakes his Colossus, which he's no, he's not making any Colossus right now. He's only making War Prisms. I'm not sure why he's not remaking his Colossus. It would make a great addition right now. At least he has to make some Archons to deal with the Zerglings or Zealots. He has his Dark Templar forces which are coming back up. And oh no, the Broodlords were missed micro. They were just put to the center of the map, and they were all getting taken out. And they're getting force field. That was absolute horrible timing from the Zerg player, and now all of his army is being taken out by Photon Overcharge once again. Perfect storms, and the Zerg player didn't even stand a chance in engaging that army properly. The Zerglings were all taken out, weren't able to kill anything, and these Hydras will be blocked and taken out as well. Now if Welmu makes a push here, he has a good chance of making some big moves. There's only 1 spine crawler here. There's not much static defense, so he may as well go in and take out the army, which he's starting to do right now. It's perfect time, perfect positioning. He has some Archons and great force field to retreat. It might have been better if he actually took some in. Right now the Broodlords are just taking out the Stalkers one by one. Oh, but they get taken out as well. and that's just horrible. The Blink Stalkers are doing very well. Those Archons are in the back, which is actually not that great. The Archons should be in the front, tanking and just doing their splash damage. And it seems all of Censure's army is taking out, and he is forced to retreat. And his Queens are out there, and Brewlords are getting taken out as well. This is absolutely devastating for Censure. Censure needs to make something happen here, but all he has is Roaches, and the Immortal back there is having 16 kills. 16 kills each and 3 upgrades, so each time he hits, Roaches is doing 65 damage. Roaches only having 3 armor, they will be taken out in 3 hits by an Immortal. That is crazy damage. And there was a War Prism drop at the bottom of the main. The Zealots are getting taken out, and Censure is just all over the map trying to defend, and he's having a really hard time getting back into this game. We have a lot of resources available for the Protoss player. And Protoss player is on 1, 1, and 3 upgrade. That is really fast upgrade. And if you look at the upgrades tab, we have and then there's an engage right here. The Colossus is just will be having many kills. There is no Corruptors on the field right now. So there's no way to deal with that single Colossi, and the Colossi will do amazing amounts of damage given the time and open space that it has, and with perfectly timed force fields, they will be able to kill many units. And these Hydras are just in the wrong place at the wrong time, but they have a good concavia. The Protoss forces move back so that they can be engaged in a safer location, and the Colossi will just absolutely ruin this army. No focus fire on the Colossus. There is no way to focus fire on the Colossus right now. So there is a quick and decisive GG from Censure, and that was a very quick game. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. It was Cage commentating. I'll see you guys next time.